Okay, so 这个 session 我们来看的是 about some fission，然后关于到我们的一些maybe like 它的 mechanism of the free radical, such as substitution, addition, maybe not addition yet, but yeah. But before that, 我们其实在 chemistry 里面，我们的 bond breaking 或者是我们 known as the fission. Okay, so in case if you don't know, fission is the opposite of fusion. Fusion 是 mix together 嘛，对不对？所以 fission is getting separately. So we got heterotic fission，还有我们的 homolytic fission。heterotically 呢，它其实是讲着我们的其中就很 for example，this is this is not a divide sign from mathematics，这一个其实是讲着 there is a bonding with some pairs of electron shared。Okay, 所以就是他们的 sharing electron between X and Y. So this is a covalent bonding. Now, 如果他们是 fission，也就是讲是他们 separate out 的时候，我们会得到的就是讲 either one side will have a lone pair. Okay, both not really a lone pair, not necessarily a lone pair, but you will see that one of the element or one of the maybe atom, okay, they will be like taking the entire electrons. 这个就是讲这就是 dominate， 它 dominate 所有的 electrons， 这个叫做 heterolytic fission. And 我们拿到这个 electron 的那一个，我们就会讲 because it's over, so we put a negative. The other one will be positive. But 如果是 homolytic fission， 他们是 sharing. They are not together anymore， 可是他们 share. OK， 也就讲着我这里也是给你一个，我也是给你一个，这个样子。OK，but usually the case that we always donate a pair of electrons. OK, for heterolytic fission. Now, a few things， 我们需要懂的是这一个 negative ion， 如果是那个 negative ion for example this one， 我们这一个就叫做 nucleophile. Okay, you have to know that this is a nucleophile. And it doesn't say it here, but yep, here we go. We have to learn about electrophile 如果是 love of a negative charge. Okay, so again, negative ion 它变成就是我们的 nucleophile. But the way that it tricks helps you to kind of like remember it 是我们的 nucleophile loves positive charge, electrophile loves negative charge， 因为它是 electron. Okay? So for example， 这里我们的 oxygen, okay? So 我们看到这个 positive ion， 它也是这里 there we go. That's where it's gone. So 我们这里的 positive ion 它就是我们的 electrophile. So neutrophil for oxygen, why is that? It's because oxygen 它现在本身有一个 extra electron. Okay, it has an extra electron, and because it's a positive, then it would be a electrophile for the hydrogen plus， 因为它想要得到 electron. Okay, 它想要得到 electron, so that's the electrophile. Now, sometimes 我们会 draw 这一个 fish hook 或者是我们所谓的 single head， 它有点像是这一个 sign. Okay, 有点像 but no, it's different. Okay, 这个就是讲这在我这里一个 bond 有一个 electron 我给它，我这里一个 electron 给它，这个叫做 homolytic fission. So as mentioned, this is homolytic fission. 而我们的那个 lone pair 或者是 not lone pair but the free electron 我们就会给，或者是 single electron 我们是画出来的。Okay, so you will see some cases we have dots that represents a free radical. Okay, now in terms of the mechanism, so 我们就讲过我们有要去 introduce 这个 mechanism 的 okay, which is from previous video. So let's have a look. First step, 如果我们 just a quick recall. Let's see if I can find it here. It should be up there. There we go. Free radical substitution. Okay, 我们需要 go through 我们的 UV light to break the bond first. 然后我们去 propagation step， 然后再 termination step. So now today we're going to look in detail what are the steps representing. So the initial step 它要么就是通常就是 chlorine 或者是 bromide，OK，然后它是需要被一个 UV light 去 destroy 掉的，它的那个 bond，OK，of course it requires some energy to break the bond，so that's the reason。然后呢，这一个就 results into homolytic fission。Okay, remember it makes into a homolytic fission， 也就讲着我们的 electron will share between. Okay, so you can see there's an electron here, there's an electron here. Now, what about propagation step? Propagation step, it's coming from the word progression. Okay, 所以讲着它们是 growing 的。So that means 我们的 substitution is happening here. Okay, now let's have a look what happens. So 我们 break 好这个 bond。OK， 我们通常 break out 这个 bond 之后，我们就会讲 OK， 我们找一个 ethane 出来。OK， 这个 chlorine 就会找一个 ethane， 他就讲 OK， 我需要找一个 hydrogen 出来。OK，it might be the case。OK， 如果它是一个 free radical， 它就会讲 OK，I want to find a hydrogen。那这个 ethane 里面的一个 hydrogen， 它就会给它去那个 hydrochloride 那一边，所以就变成了这个 HCl。But 如果是其他 cases，for example， 如果是给我们的Cl2，OK， 所以同样的我们会 break 掉一个 bond 之后 ，what I want you to see 是这里其实有一个特别之处，这里有一个 free radical。Okay, so what we are seeing here is actually a repeat or a continuous from this step. 看到吗 ？A continuous of this step， 只是我们多出来了多一个 Cl 出来。Okay. So what happens is 我们的这个 again it will become a repetition. It will breaks another chloride. 然后这个 chloride 就会 combine 进去这里。So that is the reason why it transfer from 我们的 let's see C to C H H H H H H transfer from this to 我们的这一个。Okay, so the only difference is replacing the Cl and H. This is more towards a briefer step or a representation. Okay, so 这一个 everything here representing here. Another one is bromide. Okay, so it becomes bromethane. For this one, we called it halogen alkane. Okay, halogenoalkane. 或者是 chloroethane. Now, this is when the substitution has been done. Okay, so of course, 有一些时候 may not be suitable. Okay, it may be depending on the cases. So as you can see, the reaction is not very suitable for preparing specific halogenoalkanes as a mixture. 所以如果它是 enough of the bromine 或者是 chlorine of the presenting enough 的话，那 it will get enough of the substitution. Okay, so what I mean is that 我们需要很多很多的那种 chlorine 或者是 bromine 在一起，它才可以做成这个 chain reaction. So remember, chain reaction is just having a reaction from like repetitively. Okay, so like for example, 我做这个 substitution, okay, 我做到这里到这里 ，OK， 然后它又会回去这个 process， 又做来这里，这个就是所谓的 chain reaction。OK， 它就一直 repeat。OK， so it repeats the cycle for the free radical. So for example， 我们这里就看到吗？就像我们讲的一样，它就会把这一个部分放过来这里 ，OK，followed by here， 然后就会 break into another Cl。而这个 Cl 呢，它就会讲 ，OK， 我又遇到了。是没有这个同一样的 ，OK， 我这个 Cl 呢，我就会讲 OK， 我需要一个 hydrogen， 然后这里呢，它的这一个呢，它就会讲 OK， 我给你那个 hydrogen， 就多出来一个free radical 出来，然后又遇到了另外一个 Cl2， 然后这个 Cl2 又 break into break into two， 然后就会讲我 accept 多一个 Cl， 所以你会发现到一开始我只是一个 Cl， 两个 Cl。Oh no, actually, you know what? Let's try again. 一开始我只有一个 Cl，OK，这里也是一个 Cl 的嘛，对不对？然后之后遇到另外一个 Cl2 的时候，它就多了另外一个 Cl，又多一个 Cl2 的时候，又多了第三个 Cl。So that is the reason why it's called a substitution, a free radical substitution， 因为它一直 substitute 这个 chloride 或者是 bromide。Okay, so eventually it will form into Cl6. Okay， 也就是讲这我里面有多少个 hydrogen， 我就 replace 多少个 Cl。Okay， now termination step， termination 就是讲这 when everything is stopping。Okay， so 我们讲这 when does it stop？ It's when we have two free radicals. Okay, two free radicals when we stop in a single unreactive molecule. So you a lot of things that we can do. So for example， 如果它从 Cl 这样子 combine 在一起 stops。OK， 还有另外一种情况，就讲这 we have no more free spaces. Okay, for example, from this to this, 然后 combine into butane。Another one， 也就是讲这我这个 Cl 我直接 combine 在一起。As long as it's starting to become unreactive， OK， 这样子的话，它就会 stop 起。Now, what is the limitation? In a way， 它就讲这 it must involve any free radical bonding with another free radical， 这个是它的一个 termination 的 condition。Okay, so for example， 如果我有一个 CH3， 然后有一个 radical， 然后这里有 CH3， 不是，然后我遇到两个 CH3， okay, there are two of them， 那它就会 form into CH3。可是问题是这一个，如果我们要 form 的是 chloroalkane， 那就讲这个 chloroalkane 或者是这整个罐子里面因为这整个罐子全部都是 CH3 的嘛，然后我这里有 Cl2 这样子，它有可能就是讲我跟另外一个 CH3 combine 在一起。Sorry, that should be a free radical。它有可能就是讲我跟这一个 combine 在一起，有一些可能是跟 Cl combine 在一起，所以 that results into impurity。Okay， but of course 我们也是会做到一些 further substitution 的。Okay, so it does represent we need more UV light. So in this case, further substitution. So it could be like CH2, etc., etc. So yeah, I just keep doing it. Now, there are a few things. We can also have a substitution of different carbon atoms. So for example, 我们这里的 middle carbon, such as propane, can be occurred here. 我们看一下我们的 propagation step. 我们的 propagation step 在这一个情况，我们就是讲 OK， 我们把 H 搬出来，同样的，然后它不会写出来，它是在这一边，通常我们是在这一边的嘛 ，but 它有可能是把这里的 H 弄出来，看到吗？通常我们是在这里 substitute 的嘛，对不对？可是它可能会是在中间这里。Okay, so that's the reason why that's what we call a substitution of other carbon atoms. 也就是讲这 different position of the H. Okay, so that's pretty much it for alkane. And feel free to let me know if any question.